Okay folks, this is going to be a bit of a shaky one because I have something to relate to you. So I bought a guitar on eBay for $65 shipped that is a copy of an Ovation. And I know these things rarely work out, but the photos of the guitar look fairly decent, so I thought I'd check one out. So it came, and I must admit I was a little bit disappointed to see it in a Glarry box. The guitar was actually unlabeled on this sale on the auction site, and in the specs there was no mention of any maker. It was actually sold to me as unlabeled. As soon as I got the box, I thought, oh, there you go, it's made by Glarry, that's why it's so cheap. And I must admit my heart fell a bit because I was hoping it would be something a bit more interesting. But anyway, this is not an unboxing video, but let me show you what arrived. Again, sorry for the shaky cam, having to do things with one hand here. So here's the guitar. Let me get it out and show it to you. Alright, so here's the guitar. As you can see, it's a Ovation copy. Let me prep it right there. And the first thing I noticed about the guitar, if you come in on the this part, these are just stickers. They're peeling up rather badly. I don't know if you can see that. See how they're peeling up? Really poor. And as I looked at the guitar, look at this here. This is just woeful, awful, really bad. Look at the glue residue. It's looks like house paint. It's that bad. And this is some of the problems I had with Glarry before, which is why I haven't jumped on the Glarry train. I mean, look at that trim right there. And the sort of pale patchiness of the finish, which hasn't had any sanding at all. So as we work around the guitar, you can see the imperfections. I'll show you the headstock here. Again, that sort of house paint finish, and the action, as you can see, is fairly high. Saddle's high, as you can see there. It's got a rosewood fretboard and bridge. The bridge is holding, so it's not a setup issue. And then I'll turn it over for you. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but it's got this plastic molded back, like an Ovation, but it's just awful. It's almost like one of those stucco ceiling jobs, with the textured finish. It really is bad. It looks awful. It feels awful too. And you can see all kinds of imperfections on the guitar. It's really rough. The finish is really rough. The part where the neck binding and the body binding meet is really rude. You can see on the neck, look at that glue dribble coming down. They didn't bother to sand anything off. Tuners are alright. They're these, normal chrome tuners, but I know it's $65, so I expected to do a lot of setup, and I was prepared to do that. And I hardly ever send guitars back, but I'm going to send this back for one reason only. I'll pick it up, and hopefully you can hear this. It's got some sort of neck block that's loose on the inside. Also, I can wiggle the neck ever so slightly, so it's loose here, and you can see the break in the wood there. I don't even want to mess with this. I'd rather get my $65 back than try to mess with it, and that's very rare for me. I normally will make a good guitar out of anything, but this has got internal issues. I'm not going to try to work through this little hole here to remedy that. So this is just going back. Now in the box, interestingly enough, they send you extra stickers to put on the guitar, so they are just stickers, and they're really, really poor quality. Look at the way that one's cut out. It's like cut out with blunt scissors. Really is awful quality. They give you extra ones. I don't know why these are pulling up. Really bad. I can't even explain to you. I hope the camera shows you just how bad this finish is. It really does look like satin black house paint, or something you paint your bench with. There's no luster or shine, and it doesn't even have a cool satin look. It really is dull, really dull, this guitar. You know, I'm going to get people that say, that's your fault for spending $65. Well, I've spent that much on many guitars, and with my setup, which is usually 1 to 2 hours, here's the bag that comes with it. Which is alright, at least they include a bag. It's a final bag. That's nice. If the guitar didn't have those internal issues, I'd keep it, and I'd set it up, and I'd sell it to a kid for cost. But I'm not even going to bother with this. No name on the headstock, but since it came in a Glarry box, I'm fairly convinced they made it. I've had 2 guitars that look like this, that have this sort of really poor satin black finish. One was a Glarry, and it had all these kind of issues with running glue. And the other one was an Artol guitar that had this matte black finish that was just as bad. And you know, I want to like Glarry, and I know a lot of my contemporaries on YouTube are embracing them. And I suppose for the money, the last one I had was decent, but this one is just awful. And with that loose neck block and then something majorly loose inside, it's a heavy rattle. It's not like a brace that's come off. It's a major piece of the internal construction. I think it's the neck block, and that's why I think we have this issue here with the pulling away. You can see the crack there. And again, I apologize for the shaky camera. I just wanted to show you close up what's going on with this. So this is a copy of an Ovation guitar available right now on eBay for $65 or $67 free shipping. They make the black one, and they make a natural version. And the reason why I got this is the top is supposedly real spruce, and on the photos on the auction page, which I were decent enough resolution for me to blow up, I could actually see the grain on the black and the natural. And I thought a spruce guitar, you know, with real rosewood board, yeah, I'll take a gamble on it for $65. Why not? I'll set it up, and it'll be good for the channel for people to see it, because these things are all over eBay at the moment. This guitar, I cannot see any spruce grain at all. None. It's nothing like the photo. I don't even think this is a spruce top. So maybe the original ones were spruce, and they took pictures. Look at that paint there, and the way they did the binding. That's particularly telling, isn't it? Just look at the detritus on there. It's actually in the paint. I can't wipe that out. That's how bad it is. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that, because this is getting returned immediately. I'm not even going to do anything to it. I'm just going to ship it back. You know, even for $65, it's awful. No one's going to take this on with that internal problem, and with the neck pulling away like this around the neck mortise. It's got some serious damage. You can see there the fretboard. It's rosewood, but it's rough. It's really rough. So there you go. This is the Ovation copy that's on eBay. It's listed as unbranded. I think it's a Glarry guitar. Okay, folks. See you next time.